A reading of Yertle the Turtle by Dr. Seuss. On the far-away island of the Salana Massand, Yertle the Turtle was king of the pond. Dr. Seuss often makes up words to rhyme, doesn't he? We can all do that. Fleur, pee, flop, flop, floo. George Carlin. A nice little pond. It was clean. It was neat. Their water was warm. Their water was plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need. And they were all happy. Quite happy indeed. How do you ruin that? How do you ruin that? They were, until Yertle, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. Again, the politics of this world and the people in charge deciding that for them it's not enough. I'm the ruler, said Yertle, of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me. With this stone for a throne, I look down on my pond, but I cannot look down on the places beyond. Can't look down on them. Oh well. But this throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher, he said with a frown. If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be. What a king! I'd be ruler of all that I see. So Yertle, just Yertle, the Turtle King, what a horrible title, lifted his hand, and Yertle, the Turtle King, gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to his stone, and using these turtles, he built a new throne. That was gross. And using these turtles, he built a new throne. He made each turtle stand on one another's back, and then he piled them up on a 9-turtle sack. And then Yertle climbed up. He sat down on the pile, and what a wonderful view. He could see most of a mile. Okay, will that be enough? All mine! Yertle cried. Ah, mine! Mine! That's mine! I can see it! It must be mine. Just like children, right? I see it! It must be mine. Oh, the thing that I now rule. I am a king of a cow. I'm the king of a mule. I'm the king of a horse. And what's more, beyond that, I'm the king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Yertle the Turtle. Oh, marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all to see. All that I see. Or for all to see. And although that morning he sat there up high, saying over and over, a great king am I! Until long about noon, then he heard a faint sigh. What's that? Snapped the king, and he looked down the stack. He saw at the bottom a turtle named Mack. Couldn't have been any other name. Had to rhyme with stack, right? Just a part of his throne. And this plain little turtle looked up and he said, beg your pardon, King Yertle. I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here? Your Majesty, please. At least he was nice about asking. Silence! The king of the turtles barked back. I am king, and you're only a turtle named Mack. Right? You stay in your place while I sit here and rule. I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule, I'm king of a house, I'm king of a bush and a cat, and that isn't all. I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher! Higher! His royal voice thundered. So pile up more turtles! I want about 200. Turtles! More turtles! He bellowed and brayed. And the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. I bet. They trembled. They trembled, they shook, but they came, they obeyed, because they want to do the right thing. It's like mask wearing. Correct mask wearing. From all over the pond they came, swimming by dozens. Whole families of turtles. with uncles and cousins, and all of them stepped on the head of poor Mack. One after another, they climbed up the stack. Poor Mack. He looks sad. He's got the coolest shell, too. He's got the one shell that stands out. And yet, he's just part of the throne. Then, Yertle the Turtle was perched up so high he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. "Hooray!" shouted Yertle. "I'm king of the trees. I'm king of the birds. I'm king of the bees. I'm king of the butterflies, king of the air. I'm me, what a throne, what a wonderful chair. I'm Yertle the Turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see, and for all of which to be seen. Methinkest, the higher you up, surely the better well you get seen too, but hey, what do I know?" Then again, from below, in the great heavy stack, came a groan from that plain little turtle named Mack. "Your Majesty, please. I don't like to complain, but down here below, we're feeling great pain. I know, up on top, you are seeing great sights, but down at the bottom, we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it. Our shells will crack. Besides, we need food. We're starving," groaned Mack. Something that this country hopefully doesn't have to deal with, but I think that food shortages is an inevitability in the world eventually. "You hush up your mouth," howled the mighty King Yertle. "You've no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule from the clouds, over land, over sea. There's nothing, no, nothing that's higher than me. Nothing." But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise up over his head in the darkening skies. "What's that?" snorted Yertle. "Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Yertle the King? I shall not allow it. I shall go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can, and I will. I'll call some more turtles. I'll stack them to heaven. I need about 5,607. But as Yertle the King lifted his hand and started to order and give the command, the plain little turtle below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mack, decided he'd taken enough. And he had. And that plain little lad got a little bit mad. And that plain little Mack did a plain little thing. He burped. And his burp shook the throne of the king. He looks like he's sneezing. If it weren't for the rhyme schematic, I do think a sneeze would be quite appropriate, especially with COVID nowadays. Look at this poor guy. He better put a mask on. An A90, whatever it is. And Yertle the Turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air, the birds and the bees, the king of the house and the cow and the mule, well, that was the end of the Turtle King's rule. Yay! For Yertle, the king of all, Salamasond, fell off his high throne and fell plunk into the pond. And today, the great Yertle, the marvelous he, is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be. We don't all need a bunch of people standing on top of us shouting about what they can see. I'm shouting from the mud and I see plenty. Letting somebody in charge come to a point where they can call upon thousands of people to just obstinately and no thought come and be part of an awful structure like that because of a cause that is being perpetuated by the leader, right or wrong. That cause, man, that cause should go down the stack to the turtles, right? Mack shouldn't be the only one speaking up. These turtles should not be working together to make Yertle the king more powerful. How can we not see that's what we do? All we're doing is making big businesses and people in charge that much higher and that much more powerful than us. And being complacent and being compliant and just being part of a throne so that somebody can sit on you. I think that's what we do. Nobody wants to lead, number one. Nobody wants that job. Not to me, okay. People that don't seek power and don't seek attention don't look for the job on top of the stack. When you can, again, call people to just flock and obey, and they do, and they don't question, that's concerning. I'm listening to some podcast stuff right now about mandates, and that's all this reminds me of is mandates to come and be part of a throne. How in the world can you justify it when there was no, order? There was no communication. There's no understanding. There's just make a stack to make one particular turtle really tall and mighty and powerful, in charge of all that he sees. Politics. We put these people in charge of all that they see, and then they abuse it until they're down in the mud. I don't know how long I could talk about this one. It's a great reading. I think anybody could learn that working together with a team to accomplish a task that everybody is involved in and everybody wants to be a part of says far more about the people of that group than and their character and their drive and their motivation than the drones, the people, the turtles that are droning by just following mandates. It's all for the greater good. Is it? Is it? There's so much greater good out there that is not being talked about because it's illegal. And now it's being shut down. Conversations are being shut down and communication is being shut down. It's fascinating. When you get to be the top of the stack, all you want to do is look down on everybody around you. What for? Why did you want to get to the top of the stack in the first place? Was it just to order the people around and to see sights? Get off your butt. Go and see a sight. Go and traverse the world. Real kings, I think, are on the front lines of war. Real kings are out with real people. Real people of power are actually in and amongst people and understand what's going on, as opposed to sitting above them and speculating their circumstance to suit the needs of all other circumstances and somehow amicably associate those two concepts in their head. Like, oh, if I'm better off, everybody will be better. Look, everybody's so happy. I'm the king. I don't get it. This is not a very well prepared video. I hope you enjoyed the reading of Yertle the Turtle. Love anybody that watches this. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to invade your ear holes. I would love to do more Dr. Seuss stuff at large, just because the messages in these books are legit. The messages in a lot of these stories are legit. How the Grinch Stole Christmas has such a great message. Really. Oh, stuff. The story about stuff. This is the real story about stuff. Horton hears a who. Listen to the little man, Just because you can't hear them or don't believe in them doesn't mean it ain't there. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Can't wait. Bye! I don't know. End communication.